Good afternoon, all my beloveds and YouTube land. It's got Ginger here in southern Colorado Rockies, the most beautiful mountains in the world. I haven't made a spiritual video for you guys in a while, and I realize that. I've just been on here ranting about my stuff. I hope you get some knowledge from my stuff. Anyway, it's my experiences. But today I'm going to start a new series, spiritual series for you. Like my lanyard. It's a key to my room. Yes, Course in Miracles. If you want to learn more about this, I'm not going to go into great detail. I'm trying to keep these videos shorter for attention span purposes. If you don't know about this book, look into it. Look up some videos on it. Marianne Williamson, excuse me. I'm still having throat chakra issues. Anyway, Marianne Williamson, and Return to Love. She talks about the Course, I think. I've only read her stuff like once. Didn't really resonate with me, and there's no judgment there. It's just that, her stuff doesn't resonate with me. But she is a person that talks about this book, A Course in Miracles. This was channeled by these individuals from the Foundation for Inner Peace, and it's supposed to be from Jesus. Now, why I say supposed to, is we don't know, do we? Does it resonate? I mean, the new edition that came out, I do not resonate with. Especially, there's one section in there that talks about relations, physical relations after you're, past childbearing age is sinful, and that's, I don't agree with that, and I can't hear Jesus saying something like that. That's the old paradigm. But anyway, this is the older edition, which I resonate with more. And I'm just going to start out reading from chapter 1. You have your preface. We're still shifting, aren't we? The preface, and I'm not going to read any of that, or the, introduction. No, I'm going straight for the meat. Or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, it would probably be the root, like I am. There's no judgment out there, so don't send me a bunch of messages saying, you hate me because I don't eat meat. That's my choice. God gives us free will as human beings. That's the biggest gift that the Creator gives us, is free will, and to participate or to believe whatever we want to. Anyway, chapter 1. The meaning of miracles, principles of miracles. Subtitle. Number 1, there is no order of difficulties in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They're all different. All expressions of love are maximal. Yeah, God is love. Basically, that sentence right there, all expressions of love are maximal, tells me that I am true in my belief that God is love. My grandmother told me this at only 4 years old. And she was the daughter of a primitive Baptist minister in southeastern Alabama. And number 2, miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. You can't evaluate it. You can't understand it. God is a mystery. God is love. I'm getting goosebumps. And a friend of mine calls them light ups, spiritual light ups, and the Holy Spirit's like, this is true. This is true. You can believe it. It's like a little goose flesh. Number 3, miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. The love that inspires them. That's the real miracle. Love. The act of loving. To inspire someone to pray for you. To inspire someone to heal. Expressions of love. Everything is love. And this thing about love as one, that's beautiful, but love never lost. Love was never in a battle. No, God is never in a battle. God is love. And I'll keep saying that. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything that comes from love is a miracle. Everything that comes from love is a miracle. Everything. And that means that every miracle that comes into your life, things that you thought were not possible, is because of love. And we understand that God is that love. God, whatever you perceive as God. If you don't perceive a God, love is still there. It's just the positive polar. It's polarity. Opposites. Love, hate. Darkness, light. And it's all synonymous. It's all one. Can't separate it. We can't have our highest loves without having some form of suffering in this life. And that comes from my heart, from Spirit, from Holy Spirit. And it's come from a lot of writers. Khalil Gibran, read his book, The Prophet. It's a little bitty book of poems. Number 4, all miracles mean life. All miracles create life. All miracles mean life. And God is the giver of life. What did I just say? God is love. That's what this whole chapter, I could just, talk about God being love. And that's the meat of it, or the root. All miracles mean life, and God is the giver of life. His voice will direct you very specifically. If you listen. If you listen, will direct you. Never leave you. You will be told all you need to know. All you need to know will be revealed. Just have faith. Believe in that love. Have faith in love. It's a call to love. And I'm not stealing from Marianne Williamson, because she did say that first. It's all a call to love. It's all a call back to God, back to love, back home, your heart. That's where love is. That's where the heart seed atom exists, which holds all the records of all your past lives, all your future lives, and everything, because it's where your soul sits. And your soul is part of God, that divine spark. Miracles are habits and should be involuntary. It should be involuntary to love. It should be natural to love. They should not be under conscious control. It should just happen. Consciously selected miracles can be misguided, okay? Because the ego likes to get in there and mess with things, and get things out of alignment. Yes, and when we speak of the ego, I was taught the ego is what Christians call the devil Satan, Lucifer, the angel that was cast out. We have Michael, God's master protector, and then we have Lucifer, who was cast out because he was jealous. He let his ego get out of control. He wanted to be Jesus. That's what we're told as Christians. Kind of makes sense. You just have to think about it. If you're open, it's always best to be open. To be a closed mind is to have a closed heart. And that's what my guides are giving me to give to you right now. To have a closed mind is to have a closed heart. I don't know. Think about that one a while. Miracles are natural. When they do not occur, something has gone wrong. Somewhere, something's out of alignment. Somewhere we've lost. Not that we're ever lost. We're never lost from God because we're all one. We're all part of the collective. And when we feel lost, we have lost love somehow. We have brokenness in us, a broken heart perhaps. Somewhere someone's rejected us. We've rejected our own selves. We have to love ourselves completely, even the darkness within us. We have to love it. Like Thich Nhat Hanh said, if you have anger within you, take that anger and hold it like a little baby and say, I feel you suffering, my darling. And it becomes transformed. And it's all love. I had this happen recently with a lady I was not getting along with. And all I had to do was go to somebody and get some energy. And I totally transformed the whole thing. Because I was empty. My love cups were empty. I had nothing to give her. And so it became a lesson for me and her. God turns everything into love. I don't care what it looks like. The worst case scenario. Now I'm going to preach for you a little bit. Worst case scenario. You take a prisoner that has killed people. Sentenced to death. Most of them find God if they don't already have God. Or have some kind of spiritual life. They find it. And so, in that sense, they are saved by their crimes. I know that's an odd way of looking at it, but it just confirms it's my way of trying to explain, or not trying, but I am explaining to you in my humble way that it's all love, no matter what it looks like. God has a better plan. It's like the story about the brothers that sold their brother they were jealous of, the youngest, into slavery. They sold all his clothes, sold him to the enemies, the Egyptians, for money. He went in there, he had gifts they didn't know about. That's why he was so loved. He had these spiritual gifts. He could dream and know what the future was going to be for that kingdom that he was now a slave of. And he quickly went up in the ranks to be the king's #1 man. And he took his brothers back into his arms and forgave them. Because what they did for him, they meant it for bad. And God meant it for good. And we have situations like that in our life. It's all meant for good. It's all love. Miracles are everyone's right. But purification is necessary first. Sometimes we have to remove a lot of stuff before we can see the miracles. Things that have gotten old and worn out that we need to let go of. We have a lot of clutter. Yeah, I'm preaching to the choir. I know, I'm one of them. But I found that if you don't let them go, they're going to be removed. If that, if you have a high calling, the clutter cannot stay. Old worn out relationships that are causing you pain, God's going to take you out of that. Yeah. He's going to bring it to a head. It's not the devil doing it. It's just the game that we all play on earth. The earth school is like a game. It's like a school. And when things are bringing us down and taking us off our path, God tends to remove them. And that's out of love. It's another call for love. Mm-hmm. It's a call for the person that wasn't treating you right to better themselves so that people don't abandon them. It's also a call for you to take up your light and love yourself and not allow somebody to treat you illy anymore or anything less than a child of God, which you are. Miracles are healing because they lack they supply a lack. Okay. Miracles are healing because they supply a lack. They are performed by those who temporarily have more than those. They are performed by those who temporarily have more for those who temporarily have less. Yes. Performed by people that have more for people that have less. Number 9, miracles are a kind of exchange. Like all expressions of love, which are always miraculous in the true sense. The exchange reverses the physical laws. They bring more love both to the giver and the receiver. I'm going to read that one again. That one's real deep. 9. Miracles are a kind of exchange, like all expressions of love, which are always miraculous in the true sense. Love is always miraculous. So beautiful. The exchange reverses the physical laws. They bring more love both to the giver and the receiver. So, I'm not going to read it again, but to me, I just feel in my heart that this number 9 here is saying that we get what we give. We give love, we get love. We get hate, And we're blessed. When we love, it comes back, It's an exchange, energy exchange. If you're if you've ever been an energy healer or a massage therapist, hairdresser, whatever, you know about exchanging services for other, for different services. And so this is what this is talking about. It's an energy exchange. When you love somebody, they automatically it just boomerangs back to you, the love. You can't stop it. It grows. It's like a fertilizer. Number 10, the use of miracles as spectacles to induce belief is a misunderstanding of their purpose. Yeah, that's like, the ego again. Let me see if I can heal this person in front of all these people, and they'll come around next Sunday and give me a bunch of money. I don't know. That's just an example, what could be going on when you have a misuse of miracles or love. It could be for money. It could be to attract somebody, for, a partner. There's so many ways the ego likes to trick us and use us to hurt people. And just like, love heals, it blesses, it prospers, it empowers. Well, the opposite, of that would be, to make ill, to disempower, to devalue, misuse of their purpose is, using it to get back at somebody. Number 11, prayer is the medium of miracles. Yeah, we got to get back to that prayer life. I know a lot of people are into New Age, and I think it's wonderful because nothing in the universe is new under the sun. Everything's old anyway. So it's kind of ironic to call it New Age. Prayer. It's a means of communication to the Creator. Through prayer, love is received. God receives, the universe, the God, the grandfather, that the natives talk about, that resides in the central sun. It's the same God. And we're blessed by that. Number 12, miracles are thoughts. Yeah, thoughts create words, and words create after their kind. Thoughts can represent the lower or bodily level of experience, or the higher or spiritual level of experience. One makes the physical, the other creates the spiritual. Okay, the lower creates the physical and the higher creates the spiritual. 13, miracles are both beginnings and endings, and so they alter the temporal order. They're always affirmations of rebirth, which seem to go back but really go forward. They undo the past in the present, and thus release the future. Now here he's talking about alternate realities, creating alternate realities. I have a video on that in my YouTube selection, creating alternate realities to heal traumas. There's many realities. Like I said before, just take the Mandela effect. You see a movie you haven't seen in a long time, and there's scenes you don't recognize. That's a new reality that was created. It's quantum. And when you go back and heal things from your past, using the alternate reality method, and you're in touch with that wounded inner child, and you'll see a miracle. You'll see a miracle. You'll see. Everybody gets healed, even if they're deceased. Love, because it's love. Love doesn't know anything about death or life. It just is, and it's quantum, and it's not understandable. Like they said in here earlier, some of it's not understandable. It's so deep because it's God. It's the Creator who loves us and is love. He's the author of love. He, she, the Creator, created love and is love, which we are. We're all these little sparks. That's what our soul is that rests in here. This outer covering, this is just the physical, the lower, the body. And someday it will cease to exist. And even if you mummify somebody, they're not going to be the same. It's like a statue standing there. That is the reality of creation, is change. Change. We're constantly incarnating and we're dying and being born and incarnating and dying and being born and incarnating. And it goes like a figure eight, and down into the earth, back up into spirit, down into the earth, back up into spirit. And when we cross over, we are there. We don't have to try anymore. We have made it. when we make it to the light, the creator of all that is love, then we become one again with that creator. Also, I would like to say a little something about, I think we've had enough of this today, Course in Miracles, all about love. My videos I have on here with just audio and a picture of outer space are true channelings I've been getting from the Pleiades, the seven sisters. And some people, even friends, thought, I was acting or I had put a filter on my voice. No, that's the voice that comes through me when they speak through me. I haven't been able to identify the accent or the voice. It might be Eastern European a little bit sounding, and, or maybe Nordic, a little bit Nordic sounding. If you listen to my video, no, I did not use anything on my voice to make it sound like that, and I did not try to do that. In those videos, I was partially asleep and partially awake. They wake me up. And so I turned my recorder on my phone. That's how I capture these channelings. They want everybody to just hold tight and try to stay in a positive place. They love us. And many of us carry threads from the Pleiades, which I do. I learned this through a hypnosis session I had back in 2012. And I remembered receiving my mission here on Mother Gaia as one of the Pleiadian sisters. And they're just now making contact. I'm so happy. And I received a transmission about a week ago. I haven't been able to upload that. I need some help with computer things. I'm a baby boomer, even though I know I don't look my age. I have issues with technology. Moving that file to a place where I can put another picture with it and uploading it to my YouTube. If anybody would like to contribute to this, just reach out to me. I live on very little. All this is coming from spirit. I'm not asking for money from anybody. My history, you can go back through my YouTube videos if you want to study more about my history. I'm going to make another video. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I have something else to share with you guys on another video. More about how I became like I am and why I have so many gifts. And so I've enjoyed my time with you. Namaste, my beloveds, all my earth angels, light warriors, heyokas. I hold you in the heart. That's a heart. Wait. I like the triangle better, okay. I hold you in my heart. I love you. Then even the people that consider me their enemy, I want you to be well. I want you to be whole. And to my ex, I want you to be whole too. I want you to be able to love people, love women, really love women. I do. I really want that for you. But I don't want any contact with you. Love you guys. That's all for now. Peace, shalom.